What the hell? That's weird. Oh, there we go. All right. Done being a pain in the ass. Hello! Welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network. Presented by Primary Arms. So, yeah, Sharonda was chewing on Travis for a minute, so that's why we were delayed. And then her last comment, though, has to be repeated. She said that's right. Father Time is going to be late tonight because Father Time's at the monthly meeting of the Sandley Gun Club, so he'll be along shortly.
You got proof that I said that? Because that wasn't recorded, so there's no proof that I said that.
I don't need proof. I do not need proof. I'm a politician. Jason won't be joining us. He's lost in western Idaho somewhere.
Oh, the snow finally got to him, huh?
I think so. So anybody who's along I-80 between Wisconsin, Iowa, or it's idiots out wandering around land, Nebraska, and Wyoming, that's the way I'll be going toward SHOT Show. And then I'll be popping over into the Salt Lake City area and down that way through Utah. So, and yes, I am going to meet up with Chris Sharp, and yes, I will slap him in the back of the head. I will videotape it for anybody who sends me $20.
What's your Cash App, your Venmo, PayPal?
I'll get you all that.
Careful, you could be taxed on all that now.
Tag it good. What is it? Friends and family.
That's right. Facebook, MT Iceland at charter.net. Friends and family. So, and I'm going to see if I can't work it out because I got a little bit of time when I'm going out because I'm driving out and doing some sightseeing. So I'm going to see if I can't swing close to Travis and say hi to. But Travis, I won't be slapping you in the back of the head.
Why not? I'm much smaller than you. I'm much smaller than you. If you were going to slap anybody.
I mean, if you want me to.
Oh, I don't want you to.
No, he's got a 2x4 for you, Travis.
Andy 79Z28 is now on Rumble and Utreon. I know what Rumble is. Utreon must be another video platform. Sharp, tell her the first one's on the house. Otherwise, yes. Chris's wife wants to know if I accept credit cards for the slapping.
Tell her she sent a couple boxes of Chris's ammo, and you may even sucker punching.
So Lakeview Outdoors, I'll have to see if we can't meet up too and say hi. Since you are in SLC, and it can't be that cold because it's a balmy 28 degrees here in Wisconsin right now. So I'm guessing Salt Lake's probably not quite that cold.
It's 28 here in Idaho.
Depends upon where you're at in the mountains in Salt
I suppose.
Lake. Yeah. You got to remember we had the Olympics up there and that.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did have the Winter Olympics.
Yeah. So it can get a little chilly there, but it's not like Wisconsin. I've been in the northern part there, and it gets damn cold.
Yeah. It's 68 in Arizona. Yeah, I know. What is it in Vegas right now? I wonder.
It's going to be nice. I'm already looking at the weather. It's going to be nice. I am tired. It was 12 degrees yesterday. I am already tired of the cold.
Right? So am I. It's just ridiculous. The worst part is I haven't gotten around to putting the CV axle in my truck yet, so I still don't have four-wheel drive. So. Oh, Lakeview Outdoors said it's been 18 or 19. Jorgen can shut the hell up. It doesn't count. So.
I forget exactly where Jorgen's at again. Where's he at again?
In English terms, it'd be BFE. In Canadian terms, it's way up north there. Hey. Oh, and by the way, speaking of Canada, hey, Quick Trip now has dressed potato chips. So suck on that, Canada.
What the hell is that?
So Canada typically is only there's 2 potato chip flavors that Canada's had and hasn't made it south of the border at all. Dressed, which it's hard to describe, you just have to taste them, and then ketchup flavored, which it actually is not bad, all things considered. Ruffles makes them in both, and Lay's and a few other chip companies, but you couldn't get them in the States. Well, now Quick Trip has both of them. That's Quick Trip with a K. Or for you guys idiots out wandering around land, Quick Star. And so now I'm laughing because now we have all dressed. So, but let's see here. What is the forecast? Oh, hell yeah. It's going to be shorts weather.
Well, at least the day of the shows. When we're out in the range, I'm definitely wearing long pants because it's going to be windy already. We know that.
Yeah. So I should be there Sunday sometime.
Sounds good. We get on Saturday, so.
Are we going to have to look at all y'all posts?
Oh, damn. That'd be
jealous.
amazing. Vanessa, that would be amazing. She's up north far enough. She would probably getting them. So, ketchup and salt and vinegar. Oh, that would be amazing. Damn, now I got to go get salt and vinegar chips and the ketchup chips. So, all right, enough chips. Sharp said it's 18 and snowing right now. It's 28 and snowing here, so blah. Andy, I feel sorry for you. You're in New York. Okay. He says we get them here in New York. Well, that would make sense because they sneak them across the Lake Erie all the time into Buffalo. Actually, I think the clouds just carry them across with the lake effect snow. Pick them up in Toronto, drop them off in Buffalo. There you go. So, anyway. So we've been super slacking. I mean, normally we're slackers, but I mean, we've been super slacking. So how was everybody's holidays?
It was good.
Did you get any fun gifts?
I got some stuff on order. I'm waiting on back order stuff, but I got to complete a few things. So yeah, a few things coming.
Nice.
I got a waterfowl vacation trip.
That was
an outfitter.
That looks like that was a hell of a lot of fun.
And look, only thing them guys didn't do was load your shells in your shotgun, wipe your back, and wipe your other back. They even provided snacks, coffee, food, breakfast. Oh gosh, I want to go back.
Now, what shotgun were you using there?
I Beretta sponsor, so I was actually using Beretta Ultra Extreme A400, and it was camo, and I think it was Marsh. Anyway, I liked it. I mean, it landed some birds.
A400s are a nice gun.
Yeah, I got to give it to them on that one. I limited out twice in 3 hours.
Oh wow.
What more can I say? From a crib.
What shells were you using?
I was using Fiocchi 2-shot.
Nice.
Okay.
2 shots, my preference.
Okay. I'm actually pretty impressed with their shells overall. I've bought quite a few other different ones. Even their trap loads are pretty nice.
Yeah, I agree.
There was a couple of events the boys were involved in. They had to shoot factory ammo, and so that's what I grabbed because it was good price at the time, and I was actually pretty impressed with how they patterned.
Yeah, if ever I get the opportunity, if ever I see them, I'll go ahead and grab them. But they've been far and few in between.
Yeah.
I think I may have gotten some other stuff, but right now that's the only thing that I got on my mind because that was the most awesomest, superest gift ever.
Ooh, look at that! James got a gun. Nice. Oh, he's a dirty wrong-hander. Dang it.
Yeah. Well, it's tough
Actually,
to
I
get
can't call him a wrong-hander. I can call him a southpaw.
Ooh.
The only person I call a dirty wrong-hander is my friend Brian. And then I proceed to outshoot him with his own gun, left-handed.
Well, it's tough because we're not making them anymore, are they?
They're
they
making
started?
7s, but they're 700s, but I don't think they're making them in the left.
Yeah. So they must have got one out in the wild still.
Yeah. Where did you find primers at, Paul? Graf's?
What?
Powder Valley had primers.
Powder Valley.
Right.
Okay.
But they're
Because
gone.
they're talking about
Yeah.
primers, and Paul
Yeah.
said he found primers for 70, 1,000
Right.
at Powder Valley, Limit 1.
Yep. And they're gone.
Cabela's Bass Pro seems to be, depending on if they're the regular primers or not, they seem to be anywhere from 70 to 90 for 1,000. But then you get the bench rests. They sneak in there once in a while that are 130.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I cannot still yet find any Federals.
We get some in.
They
What
go
feds
quick.
are you looking for?
I'm looking for the match, the two
The gold match?
right.
Oh, we've had everything in those in the last few months, not all at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah, I gotta drop some serious money on about 5,000 small rifle primers and match.
So this is my local gun store. They just posted this.
oh, look at you with the fancy phone.
Well, hold on. So I can show you a bigger picture. Come on. This is what they posted yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. And I was up there and I went to every gun shop except for that one for whatever reason.
That's a fail.
Saw that when I got home.
No, you don't dip bullets in HBN2 after you're done loading. You do it beforehand. You clean the bullets first, then you take them and put them in a tumbler and tumble them with your HBN2, and then take them out, clean them off, and then load them.
Sharp, I have no idea because I haven't looked in a couple days. Michael Dunn, yes, you're supposed to be able to buy 1,000. But like John W. says, depending on the guy behind the counter, because unfortunately some of the people that work for Bass Pro Incorporated are a bunch of freaking assholes and like to make up their own rules. So, but yeah, Cabela's and Bass Pro, the limit is supposed to be 1,000 primers. So. And there is a price difference between buying an actual brick of 1,000 in a box and then buying 10 stacks or 10 100 round packs. So if you see a box, make sure you get the box, not the 10 individuals. So Lead Bullet Junkie got a panini press.
30 Huckleberry. We'll do a demonstration of HBN2
at some point.
At some point.
Once you're fully back up and running.
Yeah.
Wow, Lead Bullet Junkie. I'm kind of jealous. You got a panini press.
He's gonna make cheesesteaks, and at the same time he's melting lead.
But is he gonna make good cheesesteaks or not?
That, if you're doing it at the same time you're melting lead, I don't know.
I don't know. I think you should just skip the cheesesteak and make the Italian beef. Be done with it.
I know.
That reminds me, I need to go to Portillo's tomorrow. That is the one favorite thing that we have up here. That's the one export from Illinois that I actually am grateful for. Is Portillo's.
I don't mess with ours. The line's way too long.
It's way too long, and I've had better.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you go to Chicago, there's a lot better. But as far as
go to Chicago,
well, yeah, for you guys. But I mean, as far as chains go, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, Dick did a good job on that. So, he was one of my neighbors when we grew up. So,
Yeah.
He did a good job. It's but you're right. His beef sandwiches are really good. But he really made a name for himself selling hot dogs.
Yep.
So,
And that's what's really good is Chicago dogs.
mhm.
So, which by the way have no ketchup, just so everybody knows.
You get close to a Chicago dog with a ketchup bottle, and somebody will shoot you.
Absolutely, and they should.
Yes.
So, the only reason you put ketchup on a hot dog is because it's a cheap Oscar Mayer, and you need the flavor.
Yeah. Well, first off, Oscar Mayer makes their hot dogs with pork.
And chicken.
Yeah.
So, ooh,
So,
elk backstrap or tenderloin cheesesteak. I've done it with venison and it's amazing. So it's got to be even better with elk.
I just can't see ruining a.
Yeah, I mean, there's
backstrap-
better cuts of meat to make cheesesteak with, but
I just can't see ruining an elk or even a deer backstrap for a cheesesteak. Okay.
Yeah.
No, give it to me. Put it on the. Let me put it on the grill. I will. Make a good a béarnaise sauce to go with it. Some, either twice baked or single baked potatoes. That way you can put your cheese if you want in a potato, and then get some good bacon and some asparagus. Yeah.
Saute some mushrooms on there.
Yeah. Okay. That works. But yeah, don't go ruining a piece of meat by putting, freaking cheese on it.
well, we had a case where we had a roadkill, so
Okay.
it was beat up to begin with. So instead of turning it into hamburger, we turned it into cheesesteak. But yeah, otherwise no. My favorite way to do a tenderloin is about inch thick strips or inch medallions. Put it in an electronic skillet with a crap ton of butter and morels.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Kind of sounds like the other night, don't it?
oh yeah, we can. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris, no, there's none of that Canadian bacon. This is good old, good fashioned hickory smoked American style bacon that goes around the asparagus.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the only way to eat asparagus.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, John W. He says rear hind quarter roast made into roast beef, cooked at 475 till rare. Rest and let cool in the fridge for a few days, slice thin and make that into cheesesteaks.
There you go.
That'd be a good idea.
Michael Dunn got a good one for his
Yes, he
got
did.
a test long. you know.
I got to get one of those at some point in time for testing.
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for Nick to get his.
But I got to
I
get
know.
time. I mean, that's the thing is,
You know.
I'm not going to buy a bunch of stuff until I have time to actually start doing stuff with it.
His want list is about as long as his arm.
Yeah, well, everybody's
Well-
got a want list, but you know, at least he can sit down and say, I can spend the $80 because I know he just went out and spent over that, you know, with the toys that he bought.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, a
Just a
little
bit.
bit, you know, just go out and spend the $80 and get, you know, you got Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
have
all.
it delivered, you know, have it delivered, and that's it. Don't think twice. Plugs right into your laptop, plugs into your phone.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'd love to have it for the Antique Arms Show that weekend after SHOT, but
Yeah,
taking that thing on a plane and check baggage would not be fun.
it's not bad.
I think it might be too big to put in my luggage. So that's my thing.
How many looks you get?
That would be odd.
No, it isn't that bad. Comes in a nice hard tube, so you're pretty well protected there.
They'll just think it's a dildo. So there you go. I'm just looking to see if Test Long is actually going to be at SHOT, because that'd be nice.
That book.
Oh, it's on my kitchen table. Did you get the book, Mike, with all
Yeah.
the? I got mine on the kitchen table. We were just thinking maybe we could look in that. Oh, is the app up to date finally?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness! I got
About 2 weeks ago. Anyway, so yeah, if anybody's along the travel route, send me an email or something around there, and we'll see if we can't meet up and say hi. So anybody else got anything really cool for Christmas? I didn't get squat.
Travis, you had to get something. What'd you get, Travis?
No, I got a smoker.
Nice.
What kind you get?
So Santa picked me out I don't know what the model is, but it's the Camp Chef Wi-Fi edition one.
Good smoker.
Nice. Yes.
So have you been experimenting now?
I've cooked a couple racks of ribs and some
Okay.
prime rib, and
That's
Oh,
always good.
right now my family's like, they literally told me they can't eat any more smoked meats.
That's him. I love
Like-
cooking. I love cooking stuff with my smoker.
Mhm.
He gets tired of it. I could eat it every meal.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I smoked. I was doing smoked cream cheese.
Yep. It's
That was probably the best thing. One of the best things I've cooked.
Do you like bologna?
Yeah, I'm
Smoked
gonna do that.
Smoked bologna. It's good.
Smoked
I got-
deviled eggs.
I've
We're
heard
really
they're
good.
okay. Do you like? I have a good smoked queso recipe I can send you.
I'm down for anything smoked.
But you haven't done a brisket yet, right?
I'm not. Nope. I got a cow being butchered here in a couple weeks, so I'll have all kinds of stuff to smoke here soon.
And Ryan, yes, that counts as cool. Michael Hurtnick, no, maybe on the way back. But that's a really, really long swing out of the way. So Hurtnick wanted to ask if I wanted to swing by Texas on your way back. A little bit out of the way. I was trying to figure out how to get out to Monument Valley without it being ridiculously out of the way. So, oh my God, Sharp. Yeah.
The prime rib was actually a gift from my friend. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Santa did bring me a Eskimo insulated ice pop-up
Shit.
tent. Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, ice fishing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty nice.
So you got a good lake to go ice fishing up there?
Oh, we've got all kinds of stuff around here. Yeah. Just 2 hours, any direction, find something.
Well, that sucks. You got to drive 2 hours. Within 20 minutes of me, I have 8 bodies of water that I could ice fish on. I feel bad for you.
Yeah, well, you know how they fish in Wisconsin, ice fishing, don't you?
You
Yeah,
sink the
they-
truck, and then
Yeah,
when you
well,
pull the truck back up, there's a bunch of fish inside.
Well, mostly it's they drill a 12-inch hole. They tie their line and hook on the 6-pack, and they lower it down so it gets cold. Then they reel it up, and so that's how they fish.
Yep. That's because we are professionals up here, and it is more about the drinking than the fishing.
That's right.
If there is a sport in Wisconsin, you can guarantee we've figured out how to drink during it.
Thank you, James. I will ask for that butcher's cut.
There we go. Paul Sharp says he thinks you would be fishing with dynamite.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hey, we used them 80s. We got serious about it. We had a depth finder and everything. Had sinkers attached, different length fuses.
Yeah. Well, you take a standard hand grenade and
Baseball or pineapple?
The baseball style.
Okay, good.
And they work very well. Fish love C4, just so you know, and it makes good bait.
Thermite works great too because then they cook at the same time.
Yeah, but that goes through the ice too fast.
That's why you go put it over by the neighbors that are being assholes.
Yeah. Two loops of dead cord around the assholes are just about perfect. So
now you're thinking like I want.
yeah. And Jorgen Reagan got got a La Crusade pot, a brazier pan for Christmas for Coco Vin, huh?
Oh,
What
look at him
color?
being all fancy and crap.
Yeah. How big a one did he get? That he didn't say, because their brazier pans can get really nice. But everybody got something for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody on the our listeners here and watchers all had a good Christmas and New Year.
Yeah, it looks like everybody had a blast. So, Jorgen said it's a 4-quart.
Okay.
Funny,
Not
I
a
thought they
real-
were metric up there.
Not no. They come in quarts. They've always done that, but that's not a real big one. But it's a good size one.
Yeah.
You got to get one of them 10 or 12 quarters to really, to put on a good Coco Vin. No breast, only legs and thighs. Good pearl onions, and a killer bottle of wine.
Aha.
Yeah.
Paul Loud, I would keep waiting, and I wouldn't hold your breath on that.
Yeah. really.
So yeah. All right, gang. So tonight we're in the woods after whitetail and some black bear.
Okay.
So
And what are we using?
rifles.
We get to use a rifle now in the woods.
Yep, we get to use a rifle in the woods. I mean, if
Okay.
you want to use a 12 gauge, have at it. But
Yeah, I just wondered if we were going to go to the single shot pistol.
nah,
limit.
because we kind of covered the pistols all in one deal.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, Craig's here now, so we can start. Actually, worked out perfect. Thanks, Craig. We've just been bullcrapping, waiting for you to show up, slacker. So let's start with what cartridge for whitetail?
Whitetail in the woods, huh?
Yep. We're in Wisconsin. We're in Pennsylvania. Or maybe in the UP.
Well, if I am just gonna just hunt woods, and I got 150-yard shots, I can sit there with a nice 30
Yep.
and a good 170 grain load, because I got you said bear,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd take off that buckhorn sight, and I would put on a peep sight on the back, and call it good.
Sounds good. So you'd use the same load on the whitetail and the and the black bear?
Yeah, one load, and and with a good peep sight back there, you're good. Without any problem. Get rid of that buckhorn sight. Where you're sitting there trying to guess which way the light's coming off of it, and
Right.
Yeah, that would be a dynamite little handy little gun to carry with. I mean, what is it going to weigh? 6.5 pounds, maybe
7, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What
a
are you thinking
nice,
for bullet type?
with a 170. You're still looking at a regular cup and core bullet.
Yeah.
You don't need, for a whitetail. I mean, I don't need anything that's really tough.
No.
That stick together, because it's a whitetail. I mean, 170 is going to go in, go out,
Right.
without a problem.
Yep.
Black bear. The nice thing about a 170 is it usually going to break a shoulder.
Yeah.
So you're pretty good there.
Yep. So I'm probably going to go 308. Odd 6, and I mean odd 6 work too, but at the distances I'm shooting, I'm not going to gain anything by going with the extra length in the cartridge and the extra recoil. I mean, 30-30 be awesome. I mean, there's probably 15 different cartridges I could go with, but I'm looking at a 308. I'm probably looking at somewhere in that 165, 170 grain range for the bullet. Maybe like a Hornet ASST or something like that. I'm not going to need to get fancy and get any of the expensive stuff. I mean, for crying out loud, I could probably just use a regular old Spire point and away we go.
Yeah.
So, there's people that sit there and they preach and talk, and my dad's one of them that says, "Oh, give me the 12 gauge. That way, when it hits that branch, it doesn't deflect much." I've had this conversation with quite a few people, and you think what you want to think. I'm going to think what I want to think. Frankly, it doesn't matter what you frickin' hit the branch with. It's gonna move. And
Yeah.
if it's big enough to cause a problem with a 30 caliber bullet, it's going to be big enough to cause a problem with a 12 gauge slug.
I watched a tree branch come down and out of with a guy shooting a 375 H&H. Okay. And he did not see it against the deer, and tree branch came down. Deer didn't suffer a scratch.
Yep.
Okay. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, you're thinking, that's a 275 grain bullet moving at 2,600 feet per second. That's no slouch.
No, I mean, that's the other thing that people don't understand is, especially with a 12 gauge with a Forster slug, or Foster slug, whatever you call it. They're soft lead. As soon as they hit something, deform. With a 30 cal hunting bullet, the spire point's going to deform. Depending on what you've got for bullet construction, if it's any of the better stuff, it might not. It's still going to deflect, but it might not deform. So, I mean, you try and do your best sighting job, and try and miss your branches as much as you can. But I mean, there's always a chance. So
that's why it's called hunting.
Yep, and not killing.
That's right.
So Craig NMZ said 300 Win Mag. James said 338 Win Mag. Ryan's going with a 405 grain with Trail Boss behind it and a 4570. So
yeah, I was gonna say 300 Win Mag because why not?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you've got it, game on.
I'd be interested to see how 300 PRC did. That'd be a good one. It's my fear is it's not there yet. I've heard mixed reviews on it right now.
See, that's why when people come looking for deer hunting calibers and they're looking for a 6.5 Creedmoor, I ask them how far out they're shooting. 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, 300 PRC are not hunting cartridges. They are paper cartridges that have been, especially in the Creedmoor, they've been adapted because there's a bunch of bullets that are already out there that work well. However, if you want an awesome whitetail killer for 400 yards and in, 243 Winchester. Ballistically, it is better performance than the 6.5 out to 400 yards. So, and frankly, you shouldn't be shooting a whitetail more than 400 yards out anyway, unless you're using like a Madeuse. But I've heard that even at 600 yards, Madeuse doesn't leave much of a deer left. I'd love
to take this out and see how this did. My Martini.
Yeah.
475 grain cast bullet on black
powder. But it's not moving that fast, is it?
I haven't cronied it yet, so I don't know what it's moving. I'm using regular load 80 grains of black, so I don't know. There's not much data out there as fast as how it's moving.
My oldest daughter took her largest deer with a 6mm Remington. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And 100 grain Sierra Game King bullet, and that was it. I mean, it's what it came in at 140, 141, something like that, which for a Missouri deer is pretty good, in the Ozarks. And she's got that on her wall.
Nice.
So that's 6mm 243. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All you need. I mean, there's people I know that hunt elk with 6mm.
Yep.
Or 243.
Yeah.
So
as far as shooting through branches and stuff, there's two people that have mentioned that Iraq veteran 88 did a video about that very thing, shooting rifles through the brush and branches at a target. So I'll check that out, and it sounds like everybody else should too. I also have a couple of people that disagree with me on the 300 PRC. Sharp has got one that he's using for elk. and no complaints. Craig NMZ said his buddy killed a nice buck with a 300 PRC that destroyed both front shoulders. Okay, and how much meat did you lose because of it? The idea behind hunting whitetail is to get the meat, and if you're punching through both shoulders, that's quite a bit of meat you're probably taking out there. So I don't personally, I don't think it's a good idea, but that's my personal opinion. And like I said, that's my opinion on the 6.5 and the 300. That's my personal opinion. I mean, the Creedmoor, they've definitely modified well for hunting purposes.
Yeah, basically it's a reduced down to 260 Remington.
Right.
So that's move the shoulder back, lengthen the neck out, and widen out the powder column a little bit.
Yeah.
You got a 6.5. Okay. Yep. But it was designed as a target round.
Right.
And everybody's got this big kick of, okay, we're going to make a nice hunting round. And then everybody got into this long range hunting. And
which a 6.5 is not a competent long range hunting round.
Especially when people take a 6.5 Creedmoor and
right.
they go after elk with it. And, and people then, people tell me that, well, now that I have a 338 Lapua, I can sit back and shoot an elk at 1,000 yards. Yeah, you can. I can shoot elk at 1,000 yards too. I want to eat the damn thing. Okay, I don't want to hike up and down a mountain. To go and get a recover an elk that by the time I get there's a grizzly bear on top of it. Okay.
Right.
Because it's taken me, I gotta saddle a horse up and bring a pack horse with me to get to where it is by going up and down the mountain.
Right.
And what does that prove to anybody out here that you can shoot? Is that it? Or you got lucky?
Exactly. I mean, there are people that are using 50 BMG for hunting whitetail at 1,000 yards, but I guess if that's what you want to do, and you figure out a way to shoot it without destroying all the meat, then have at it.
So you're proving that you're a good shot. Okay.
Prove
to me you're a good hunter. Okay.
Right.
Somebody go out and go through the woods. Like I said, I'm going to take the 30-30. I'm going to put a peep sight on the back end of it, and I'm going to go through into the woods, and I'm going to stalk and hunt. That's to me is a challenge.
Yep.
I've got the places on my property where I can put people up in a stand, and the deer are going to come through, and you're going to shoot a good deer when it comes time. But I'm just as happy taking a little whitetail doe that's going to eat good for me, and I'm fine. It's hard to eat them antlers anyway.
Right.
So, and I know I'm preaching here as far as hunting, but ethics are big to me as far as that goes.
Right.
See, that's the one thing that's different about hunting and playing basketball or football or any of them other things is in the arena of basketball and football, you got a referee out there. In hunting, the only referee you got is yourself and your conscience.
Mm-hmm. So, Jim, how was your Christmas?
Good, man. Good. Sorry I'm late. I just got back from the gun club meeting.
Welcome, Father
No.
Time.
Yes, Chris Sharp. The older we get, the less we want to shoot animals at distance. Yeah, don't want to pack it out that far. Yep.
I mean, Paul Loud's got the right idea. It gets expensive, unless you prep your vehicle. But so,
Okay,
but
Braden
yeah,
Davis. He says he's had great success with the 6.5, loading up the ELDX bullets from Hornady. He hunts northern Oklahoma, which is flat and windy.
well, we'll talk
I
we'll talk about that type of hunting next week.
Okay.
So, but I always said if they could make a bullet that would go 55 miles an hour with headlights, it would be lethal on whitetails everywhere. So,
You know, Paul Loud's got a point. His final point is sort of
saves on
halfway
primers,
coupled. Exactly.
right? That's expensive
Exactly.
nowadays. So Jim, how was Christmas?
Good.
Did you get anything fun?
No, nothing like that. Drank rum. Drank more rum than I admit to.
Well, yeah, we know you did because you drank all the rum in the Discord server.
Damn, Paul, he's going to cut off my rum ration. Good luck with that, bucko.
He's got to figure out where you hid all the rum first.
You bet.
It's in the barrels.
Something like that. No, I didn't do anything other than just now attend the monthly gun club meeting. Evening, everyone. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Look at, he's got his fancy shirt on, with the leather pad up there. You got your foam insert in there, Jim. Yeah.
Sharp, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we are calling both bathtub gin rum now.
Oh, geez.
That wasn't me that highlighted his comment.
Nope, I did.
Anyway, so where are we at on the topic?
We just started talking about cartridge and bullet for whitetails in the woods and black bear. You don't have to choose the same cartridge for both if you don't want to. So we're talking like Pennsylvania woods, Michigan, Wisconsin, that type of thing.
Good old 30-30 for whitetail and 308 for black bear. I mean, black bear got teeth and claws, and they get a hold of you. They can do some serious damage, maybe even lethal. I like the 308 for black bear.
Okay.
Could even go up
What
300
bullet?
Win Mag. Oh, bear 180 grain. Whitetail 150 grain.
Okay.
That would even go for, I use cartridge. You notice I didn't mention the firearm.
Yep.
I'd use a contender of 30-30 on whitetail all day long.
There you go. Travis? Just because you got your mouth full. I'm like a waiter.
I said 300 Win Mag.
Okay, what bullet?
Jim just said exactly one I'd use for whitetail, 150 grain, and somewhere in 175 to 180-ish for the bear.
Okay. Sharenda?
Well, for starters, I like to go on record and say I'm not hunting no bear. So we just gonna bypass that question.
Why not? Bear's delicious.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
All right then.
For whitetail, I've done well with 243, 100 grain, 30-06. I forget what grain. 7mm Mauser. I played with a 7mm Remington mag. That's all I can think of right now. But predominantly, I use 243, and I'm also not shooting further than 200 yards.
Yeah.
And that's really, and 200 is really reaching it for me because I don't want to walk that far. I don't want to drag it that far. I'm hunting for food. I'm a fat kid. I don't care about the distance. The
Well,
important to me is dropping it quick.
hunting in the woods, you're going to be hard pressed to find a 200-yard shot.
Yeah. Well, there's some areas we hunt at that there's open plain. Like we've had access to Boy Scout camps, and they seem to love crossing the trap field.
Yeah.
So we have some spots that way, and then I've stalked. I've gotten as close as 30 yards to them. I'm just distance is not it for me right now, and I do need to train on distance because eventually I want to go get some bigger game. So I don't have a comment to add to the distance because
Well, that's going to be
I'm
next
not
week.
there yet. Okay. Yeah, I'll just be listening next week.
All right, Nick, Ray.
I got mine. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I got to figure out what I'm truly would
First
use.
off, if we could hunt deer with a rifle in Illinois,
That's why I didn't say Illinois.
yeah. Well, okay. Well, I'd probably have to be. We're mill surplus guys.
You had to come up here.
Okay, I'd probably bring a 03 Springfield, chambered in 308 or 06, probably a good 150 grain bullet. And I would like to try 4570 lever action with the probably the around the 300 grain bullet. That's what I've been looking at, especially for bear. If we're looking at bear, I'd like to play something like that.
Yep.
What you looking at, Nick?
Same, as long as like the mill serp. I'm looking. We have a 1891 Argentine that's super accurate. So like it's a 312 diameter, so like 175 grain. They have I think it's the FTX. I think is what Hornady makes one in the 312. Super accurate. I know I've gotten some good cast loads out of that for whitetail, and then same 4570. Nice big bullet.
Trapdoor?
No, the lever action. Kind of what you're thinking, just like the new Marlin 1895 guide gun, something like that for bear.
Nice. So I think we're kind of, for the most part, all in.
I got a question though. On black bear, every black bear that I've ever seen in the woods has never been that big.
Well, what's your definition of big?
Well, my definition, anything over 350 pounds is big in a black bear. Most of the ones I see are in the 200-pound range.
Then you've not been up north in Wisconsin.
Well, I have been up north in Wisconsin, but most of the time I've been up there to deer hunt. Not in the springtime, during bear season, but
right.
But everyone that I've seen in the Nicolay National Forest and that during the summer was, they're 200 pounds, 250 maybe, and they haven't put on their winter weight, and
right.
So, and in the springtime they got good coats, but they ain't big.
No,
they ain't big. Now you go up, up farther, and you start getting into more mountainous terrain,
right,
where they have a better food supply. Then they start getting bigger, But we were sitting there limiting this to Pennsylvania, Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and that's where I'm seeing, the 30-30 being, pretty much it. But yeah, I know you go out west and you're going to get bigger bear. Yeah.
I think right now I haven't seen the numbers for last season, but 2 years ago the largest was 700 pounds something, and the average for the hunt was about 375.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, you're going to see quite a few of the 200, 250 pound range bears, but there's a lot of good sized ones up there too. So, but I mean, it's nothing like Grizz or Kodiaks or Polars. So,
when you're starting to talk brown bears and Grizz, okay, now we start talking some gun.
right. So we're still woods,
Right?
but Alaskan bears, grizzlies, what are you looking at? Because most of the stuff we've mentioned for blacks isn't going to cut it.
Then I'm gonna, I'm an old fashioned hunter. I'm gonna sit down and say, I want a stopping rifle, and a stopping rifle is a 375 to start with. Okay. That would be my starting gun. If I was a guide in Alaska and I had to have something for close range, 458 by 2 and a lever gun.
Yep.
That would be, it's a wildcat and everything else, but it's pretty much, proven that it's a good all-around round that will stop, a big bear.
Right.
So, that to me is a good round. If I was just hunting them, like I say, 375. I don't feel undergunned with a 458 Win Mag.
Yep.
416. 375 Ruger is getting to kind of on the lighter side, but it would work. Yeah, something like that. Anybody else got a thought on that?
At a minimum, I agree with the 375 H&H Magnum. At a minimum.
I think that last comment's for you, Jim.
Yeah, Lakeview Outdoors. Yeah, 338. That was one of the original Alaskan bear calibers that they brought out. If I was going to go down to that size, then I definitely would be shooting Nosler partitions and making sure that I was up there in velocity, and unloading the rounds. And again, I'm taking, guys, I'm taking all of this as a hand loading.
Right.
Not
we're not buying factory ammo.
No, I ain't buying a factory round here. I'm going to hand load it.
Yeah, we're hand loading all this. That's the point.
Right. That's
so. I've seen a couple of people mention 4570. Absolutely. You get the 405, but put powder behind it instead of a light charge.
And not in a trap door or anything like that, guys.
No.
4570, yeah, okay. But even
how about
then,
a 5110 just for fun?
Took me a second. But I got it. Yeah, you want a pre-expanded bullet, and you want that sucker going as fast as it'll fly safely.
Yeah, you can definitely use some of the black powder cartridges.
Yeah.
4570, 4590, 5090, 5110. Would I recommend it? No. But then again, Jim Shockey goes and hunts them with a frickin' bow. So, it's about placement. I'm not hunting a grizzly with a bow. I'm not hunting a polar bear with a bow. I'm going to use something along the lines of a 300 Win Mag, or, something a lot more powerful, maybe like a 3378 Weatherby, something I can stand off a bit.
For the big brown bears?
Yeah.
I hope your guide backs you up real well. I'd
For
say
what?
that caliber is 30 caliber is too small, I'd say. Mike, we're talking about animals that can sever your leg, your
Right.
thigh, and you got big legs. You sever your leg with one bite. You want that animal stopped when he's far away.
Right.
I
Michael
think-
Dunn wants. What's that?
I think you're a 30 caliber will work.
Placement, though. Placement.
Placement. Well, isn't that hunting though? That's ethics in hunting.
Yep.
Okay. So
I like Jonathan's comment.
Yep. So Michael Dunn wants to know, muzzle loaders, could a 50 cal kill? Yes.
Yeah.
Shockey's done it. Shockey's used a 50 cal inline to do it. So
they never show you Shockey when he's being backed up by
No.
somebody with a a 458 or a
Right.
500 lot or something like that.
Exactly.
So it's always nice to see the interesting movies that you can put out.
Oh yeah.
But being there is a whole nother world.
Yep.
And I know we have some people that are have asked questions about it, and I've on MeWe and that. But you're gonna.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do it with, but given the fact that we're in woods and standoff is not an option, I'm probably looking something 375 H&H. Maybe like one of the Jeffers.
404,
Yeah.
416.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking, 510.
I want something like Jim says. I want something that's going to put it down with the first shot, and I'm not going to have to try and put a bunch of rounds into it before it gets to me. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. Is you're looking for something. So
just remember that these things have a little bit of a temper to them. So
just a wee bit.
Sometimes they don't actually go down when you shoot them. So, the first time around, and one of the people that I had talked to, he says, you shoot till it goes down. So it may have this is not the I pulled the trigger and one bullet I got it good. Yeah, well,
is it still moving? Then you didn't get enough.
50 yards in 3 seconds. Okay, guess who's lunch?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yes, I could use a 4570. Am I going to? No. Just like I'm not going to use a 5110. I could, but I'm not going to. Monty just said 8mm Remington mag have killed a lot of brown bears. Yep. There's a lot of cartridges that have killed a lot of bears.
And it's, you know, that's
22s. 22 long rifle have killed a lot of bears. Guy, you going to use that for hunting? No.
well, you know,
Exactly.
the 8mm Remington mag is a hell of a round. I mean, you know, even it's you know 323, it's still it's a mover. You know, it's kind of obsolete because of very few you know
Hey, boo boo. Let's
people
go steal
people
some picnic baskets.
make rifles for it. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that, but yeah, I mean, 30 cal is kind of for the 3378. I'm looking at more, you know, like probably 230
velocity,
grain and velocity.
hmm
So, I
weather
mean, that's your thing
defensible.
there. 300
Yeah,
Win Mag's kind of the lower limit, and that's because I know that people have done it. Polar bears with a 300 Win Mag, but it's not choice. So that'd be more along the lines of I'm out hunting whitetails and they show up type thing. So how about you,
yeah.
Travis? What are you going to take with you in the woods to go hunt bear? Big bear.
So I honestly don't know. I wouldn't be going hunting big bear by myself, so I would take recommendations from whoever I'm going with.
That's a good answer, actually. Because what that answer says is Travis is saying, well, I honestly don't really know. I'm not going to make a stupid decision, and I'm going to go get some expert advice. So, what's that?
What's
Is that
what?
the 50? Or is that the 338?
No, that's a 50.
Yeah.
We'll say it's a 338 and make you know who jealous.
Yep.
You mean the guy that drives a 2-wheel drive Toyota truck?
Yeah, I seen Shrenda was making some comments about pickups. I wanted to say, just whatever you do, don't buy a 2-wheel drive.
Well, seeing as how my car is currently that, I definitely wouldn't be getting a truck that was not anything but 4x4.
Just feel the love, Phil. Just feel the love.
So Hurtnick said, and a 10 millimeter backup. I want something bigger than a 10 for backup.
Well, the nice thing about a 10 is it's in a semi-automatic, and you're
Right.
going to get what 15 rounds in a
Yeah.
you know
In a Glock.
yeah. So I mean, you know, so your
Yeah, so
fancy
I mean, there's
staple.
that option. I'm not using. I don't know if I'm going to make hand loads on that, or if I'm just going to call up Mike McNett at Double Tap and say, "Hey, I need some 10 millimeter rounds for bear."
Right.
That's what I would probably do because Double Tap and there's a couple others, Buffalo Boar and a couple other ones that's what they do is they make solid hard cast bullets for hunting. So I think John W's got the best idea though.
Yeah.
Helicopter.
Yeah.
Yep.
The thing about the original 10 millimeter had a Norma soft point in it. Okay. And it was a killer load. I mean, it was a hunting load to beat all hunting loads in a semi-automatic. And if I could still find that, yeah.
I don't know if I'd want an expanding bullet though.
No, it was a soft point. Okay.
Oh,
it's
soft
not
point.
it ain't really it'll flatten out, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It's still going to retain its weight.
Right. And Norma made it was. They were talking out of a 5-inch Glock that they were getting close to 1,600 feet per second out of a 240 grain bullet. Okay.
Wow.
So, yeah. And that was the original load developed for the 10 millimeter.
Yeah.
So you were,
No wonder the pansy hands couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
So I had somebody suggest the other day we rename the 40 short and weak into the 10 millimeter short.
I'll stick
And
with short and weak.
Yeah, I was like, what's the point? So
175 plus P 10 millimeter.
for hunting
in
backup.
2011.
And he's 2011.
Yeah.
Handgun.
That'd be nice. That'll get her done.
Yeah.
See, the problem, Michael Dunn, is they're not serious about hogs. If they were really serious about getting rid of hogs, they wouldn't take ARs up in the choppers.
Exactly.
They take 60s or Maduses or a lovely little M134. So
That all that would do is just bury the animal after you kill it.
yeah, well,
dig a crater for it.
yeah, I think that would be the better use for the Apache with the Hellfires. Although actually, I'm still partial to the Cobra. I prefer the Cobra over the Apaches.
Yeah, well, the hard part about either one of those is, guys, have you ever tried to reload a 30 millimeter shell? Okay.
No, that's a pretty big ass press.
Yeah. So, and you cannot reload Hellfire missiles. Okay. They're one and done.
Yeah, so, it's kind of a no fun thing.
Yeah.
Good night, Andy. So. Oh, yeah. Cabela's bought a crap ton of first-gen M&Ps and Glock 22s and 23s that were all police issue. So Sharp said that Cabela's in Rapid City had a bunch of handguns in 40 short and weak. So.
Nothing a Storm Lake barrel won't fix, though.
Exactly.
Okay. I agree with John. Yeah, the A10. We had some at the base
Best
here.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay. John W. wins the internet tonight and the show. A10 Warthog for pigs. Yep. Right.
Thumbs
there.
up.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had the Black Viper ones here at the airport here in Springfield not too long ago. They were nice.
I'm excited for the F-35s to show up because, frankly, the 16s just aren't that cool. Unfortunately, what they did is they put the 16s here to replace the A10s. And boy, did we get the shaft on that because it was so much fun watching the A10s fly.
Yep.
The 16s are boring.
Yep.
Plus, the A10s just freaking sound cool.
The A10s can loiter all day.
Yeah. Oh, you put a hole in my wing? Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me give you some 30 round. Let me sing you the song of my people. Burp, burp. So, yeah. I actually got to go up to the gunnery range and watch them do gunnery drills with the A10s. That's just, yeah.
Say it, Mike. See, you started to slip. Just say it. That's fucking exciting, man.
It's fucking awesome. So, I mean, just absolutely. I know people that have had them come in and help out in wartime, and that's got to be even more extravagant and awesome because now you know that the tanks that just magically appeared aren't going to be a problem anymore. Hi, Ollie. Am I supposed to be done now? Is that your point?
Speaking of black bear.
Right? I'm guessing Ali says that we're supposed to be done. Hi, Ali. What are you doing? Are you going to join the show? Okay. I'll have to get you a perch. Like they do on the duck boats.
Okay, how about this one, guys?
Yeah.
Oregon, anyone have any experience using the GMX and how they compare to the TTSX?
There's another new one.
The TTSX?
Oh, these are FTXs.
The GMXs. Isn't that the new one from
GMX is a solid bullet, okay, along the size, the same as the TTSX.
Different
You're going to get a
chapters.
better ballistic coefficient out of the TTSX.
Oh, it
And
tells you.
the otherwise, they're pretty close as far as each other goes, grain for grain in caliper. So.
So, Jorgen said GMX is Hornady is lead free.
Yeah.
So TSX would be Barnes.
Sounds like the voice of experience been pointed out.
But yeah, I honestly don't know. We'll have to do some checking and see. If anybody out there has done any experience, send us an email, reloadingpodcast@gmail.com, and let us know. So, oh, that's the absolute best advice I've ever heard, Forsty Fork 8. Right there. That is the best advice ever. To save on reloading stuff, be sure to shoot your buddy's ammo when you go out to practice. Best advice ever.
Hear, hear.
It's like drinking their beer. It's always a good idea.
Okay. 284 win. A friend of mine told me about Hornady headspace gauge and can't believe how much I've learned getting it. It's a comparator, not a headspace gauge. And tell us what you've learned. We'd like to know.
Yeah, definitely. Send us an email. Let us know what you've learned, and maybe if you want, you can come on and talk about it some night. So. Chris Sharp, Jorgen wants to know, was the CX just announced? Haven't heard of it as of yet. So Nick will have to make sure we check that out.
Sounds good.
That's
So.
it over there.
Yeah, I have Horny's website. That's their new copper alloy expanding. So yeah, we'll have to check that out over there.
I mean, that's the thing with California sticking with their lead free. You're going to see a lot of different, solid metal or bimetal construction bullets coming out.
Would that be because of the fact that they're forcing a market to open up in the California market?
Yes.
Well, come on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, let's look at it a different way, guys. Really, are you required to, other than hunting? If you, how much hunting is done with in California compared to the rest of the 49 states?
Right.
It isn't so much that as it's required. It's that we're finding out that this bullet type works well. I mean, it holds its shape well. It goes through a game well. It has a good amount of destruction. It doesn't shed its actual bullet weight when it hits something. So we're learning more and more out of it, and the long range people are finding out that it has a good BC and NS and they're good killing bullets.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of why you've had the Burgers for years and the Noslers for years for dangerous game.
Right. Well, the barns for years for dangerous game. Not
Sorry,
the burgers.
Barnes.
Yeah, burgers are light jacketed.
Yeah.
Target bullets.
I always mix those two up.
We have a comment on screen from 284 Win, Paul, that's addressed primarily to you, but not specifically.
That's in response to.
Okay. Anytime I would have a tight bolt on a loaded round, I always thought I had to seat the bullet deeper. And now I've learned that I've had to bump the shoulder a couple more thousandths. Yes. Okay. That's what we're learning with these case comparators. It's a comparator. And Hornady makes some. Short Action Custom makes some. Sinclair makes them. Short Action Custom and Sinclair follow the angle of the case with theirs, while Hornady is just using a straight line for the datum, and you can compare your your fired case to your resized case to find out that you're setting the shoulder back enough. And we get into that as far as we anneal the case. That makes it's easier for us to set the shoulder back, gives us a better bullet release, and we get a more accurate overall round.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to do a show on that. So, all right, gang. Well, I think that's about it for tonight. Next week, we'll talk about longer distance shooting for hunting and larger game like elk and moose. And maybe we'll get into talking about some African stuff. So, so that's what we're going to talk about next week. For this week, we want to take time to thank Jake and Ryan over at Patriot Patch Company. I don't have the new patch yet. I've seen pictures of it. It's pretty freaking awesome, but here is last month's patch. Santa steals all the presents. He's running NVGs and suppressed AR. So it's pretty cool. I've seen the pictures for the new one. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to wait and see. So, but patriotpatch.co, they've got lots of cool stuff over there, not just patches. Thanks to Primary Arms, great place to go shopping for everything. They have lots of stuff in stock. Remember FRN for the coupon code for free optics mount with the Primary Arms optics purchase. So otherwise, check them out. They've got some good stuff on sale going into the new year. New year, new month. Come on, everybody. Let's build a gun. So at least one, But
you up for building a gun, Buckeye? Huh, Travis?
Yep, he's already built two.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Yeah, I already did.
Yeah.
You got two of them, right, Travis?
I got more than two, Jim.
No. two that you built.
I've got more than two that I've built, Jim.
I didn't know that.
I've got a couple.
Yeah, I was going to start a build, and then I decided I'd wait till after SHOT Show to see all the goodies that are out there, and then so.
I got that project I just started here this last week.
Yep.
That's thin, so
Nice.
Well, that's my backup gun for shooting, 3-gun.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting. It's been quite a while. That BSF barrel.
Yeah.
It's been well over a month. I feel like it's been 2 months, but
in case you don't remember, there's been this bull crap going on for quite a while, and it has slowed down production and increased demand.
Mike, it's my barrel, and I want it now.
Well, then you should call JG Wentworth.
No, Chris Sharp. That is one I am definitely. As you know, Chris, Faxon. I want to get a Faxon 6 arc barrel, and I don't want the 12-inch one that's always available. I want like a 20-inch or.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to build an
long-
arc, build a decent arc. So,
Yeah.
um,
as soon as those barrels come available,
I'll try and remember if James is working tomorrow night. One of the guys I work with at Cabela's, he's building an arc right now, and he's got a barrel. I don't remember where he got it from though, so I'll ask him. But right now, I'm debating on whether I'm going to build a 300 Blackout or 458 SOCOM, because I have a 300 Blackout barrel, and I have a 458 SOCOM BCG. So I'm kind of, which one do I build first?
I'll just say both.
Well, yeah.
Here's
but I'm going
what
to build
you
one
do.
and the other.
Well, build one, and then build an upper as a second one.
308.
That's after.
Yeah.
I've got the AR-10 lower sitting out there waiting.
Yeah.
And then somebody sent me a couple of parts. I think I got a charging handle, and I don't remember what else Travis sent me for it.
Mike,
what?
When you guys go down there, John W. has exactly what I want you to talk to them about.
Yeah, that's already on my list.
Make it the top.
So it's that, and whether we can get one to test.
Yeah, Nick, you make sure he keeps on task.
So, I will.
And asks about that. I know you wanting to know too.
I got. I don't know about that. For me, I got some other stuff I want to ask about. I want that one power dispenser I want to know about. But
yeah, that's what we got to find out about that.
Yeah, the mystery one you've told me about, and I've never seen anything about it.
I'm gonna have to make sure I get that, find that, screenshot that to ask him about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen some screenshots of it and some YouTube videos of it, and they're in the same predicament that you are with the auto trickler. Is they started at 400, went to 500, now they're at $600 because they can't get the parts for it.
Yep.
So we're looking at an $1,100 powder dispenser.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for tonight, gang. So on that note, anybody got any shout outs? LBJ, yes, I will be beating up Ruger to find out all sorts of stuff on what they're doing with Marlins. Because I want to know if they're going to bring back the Marlin Lever 22.
You got a floor walk game plan?
Somewhat. I'm working on it as I go. That's the nice thing about the app is you can literally just plug in all the places you want to go, and it'll show you. So, Daniel Anderson, Patriot Patch Company. I mentioned him. You must have been sleeping. Dang it. But I'll mention him again. PatriotPatch.co. Check them out. They make all sorts of cool patches, like that one. And that's a former patch of the month. And then here's your last patch of the month. So there you go, Daniel. Remember, Primary Arms, FRN is the coupon code to get the free mount with the optic, but it's got to be Primary Arms optics only. So I'm pretty sure this will not post before I go to SHOT, before Nick and Ray and I go to SHOT Show. But if you watch this, shoot us an email or send us a text or something if you want specific questions asked. My understanding is Redding is not going to be there. Lee's never there, so it's It appears, and I don't know if it's just a COVID response thing, but it appears there's some major companies that are not going to be at SHOT this year. I don't know if it's, like I said, I don't know if it's just a COVID response or if maybe they're starting to realize that SHOT isn't as practical as it used to be. When you didn't have all the technology that you have now, SHOT was awesome because everybody got to get together and see what all the new stuff was. Companies would be able to get together with the vendors and say, here. And now they don't really need to do that because of the digital age. So, there's other options. And there's some companies that are expressing that because let's face it, SHOT Show's kind of expensive to do. Between renting floor space and if you want to make a nice booth and stuff, what was it? I don't remember how many years ago, but Gresham was talking about booth costs, and Smith & Wesson spent $10 million one year on their booth, between the booth and the actual cost of the floor space to put it.
Yeah, I heard like just a cheap rundown closet basically is like $10,000 minimum.
Yeah, so.
But I do want to give one shout out real quick.
Yep.
Hey, Chico.
Hi, Chico.
Que pasa, amigo?
What's up, Chico?
Michael Dunn, we will be sharing stuff from YouTube or via YouTube and stuff. I plan on doing some live stuff from the floor if I can. We got to be careful though, because there's a lot of stuff that you can't show because it's not officially released yet. So, but
I still like the idea of a show because, even if we are digital and getting the stuff out, not every manufacturer brings the stuff out that that we get to see. I mean, how many different manufacturers are out there, and if we don't have somebody that shows us what's there, it doesn't get out. And how many good ideas go down the drain because of that?
Exactly. And to a point, that was kind of the nice thing about the NRA annual meetings also is you got people that would be there that wouldn't be at SHOT for that same purpose. And unfortunately, with Wayne's trashing of the NRA, the annual meetings, I fear, are probably not going to be in existence anymore. They already killed it for last year and this year. Blamed it on COVID, but I have a feeling it's not gonna. So the question is whether somebody else in the firearms community is going to step up and have something like that.
Right. I've always liked the SHOT Show and the NRA for the new upstart companies with new ideas.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing is, and that's the big thing. The cool thing about SHOT Show this year. So, they built starting in 2019. They broke ground on a whole nother, basically another convention center that they built right next to the Sands, which they renamed the Sands now. It's now just part of the whole entire Venetian. But they built it right next to it, and it's Caesars. And so now you're going to have there's used to be a new product vendor show the first day of SHOT because they didn't have the floor space for all these people. Well, now they've got the floor space, so you're gonna start to get to see a lot more people. So that's going to be kind of the cool thing on that. So I'm excited about that, to see some stuff that maybe we hadn't seen. So.
Well, they used to have the aisles where you had the vendors could put up a small table and show their stuff off.
Yep.
And entrances and in the corners and everything else. And those are the kind of places that I want to look at to see what's coming up, because those are the guys that I love it that Ruger can put up a multi-million-dollar display and SIG can do the same thing. But I ain't buying it. Okay.
Mhm.
You know, I'm sitting there looking at, okay, what bullet manufacturers, powder manufacturers, scopes, stuff that's, look at Arkin started out with nothing, and all of a sudden, now they're a fairly good scope manufacturer, or
Yep.
just I can't say manufacturer. They spec out the scope and they have it built for them.
Mhm.
So at a reasonable price point.
Yep.
I mean, it gets expensive buying $2,000 scopes, guys.
Yep.
You know.
So, all right, gang. Well, on
Yep.
that note, keep your brass shiny.
It's not a matter of if, but when.
Jump on the middle short bus.
Teach them to shoot and reload while they're young.
Despite what your mama told you, violence does solve problems.
Teach a lady how to reload. She will enjoy it and will probably be pinching out your stash.
Support your Second Amendment rights.
Just remember, if you're struggling, 1-800-273-8255. We want y'all here. So if you're struggling, give them a call. Lots of people that can help get you the help that you need and the help that you hopefully want. So, all right, gang. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
And by the way, hey, 2021.
Yeah, really.